Hello guys, I'm Resoula. It's been like 2 years since the last time I posted a Q&A video on this channel. Let's fix that. I've gone ahead and gathered a couple questions asked by you guys since the last one, and I'm gonna answer them now. Let's start with the first question I've chosen from Wojciech asking, is your hair still long? Well, somewhere like right here, I will show you what my hair looked like during the last Q&A, and now you can see my hair during this Q&A is very long. It's pretty long. It got even longer. I actually haven't cut it, I think, since the last Q&A, maybe but once. I haven't cut it since February in 2020 was the last time I cut it. It's down to like my rib cage now. So yeah, it is. Wojciech also asks if I will be playing Victoria 3 when it comes out. Probably not when it comes out. I don't usually play games on release because they cost an exorbitant amount of money compared to what they cost literally just a few months later. They're usually also buggy and broken and usually ruins my opinion of them. So I will be playing it because Victoria is my favorite Paradox series that there is. It's probably my favorite Grand Strategy series that there is. I love the Victoria series. Victoria 3, I will play it, but not on release. Issei asks, what are 3 recently released games that have you interested in them? What's a game you played for less than 10 minutes before realizing that you cannot stand it? I've played thousands of games, so this is going to be a really hard thing to figure out here. Alright, so I've pulled up a list of recently released games. I just literally typed recently released games into Google, and I'm going to pick 3. So I guess Elden Ring is interesting. I actually just finished streaming Elden Ring as of when I'm recording this, not of when I'm posting it. I just finished streaming through the whole game. I beat the whole game, so that was fun. So I was interested in that one. I guess Diablo Immortal. I mean, it's a mobile game. It's probably dog shit garbage, but I want to try the Diablo games. So I guess we'll put Diablo Immortal there because almost none of the games actually on this list interest me. And let's say there's a new Fire Emblem game. There you go. I haven't played Fire Emblem since I was a child, but I loved Fire Emblem when I was a child, and I feel like I would love Fire Emblem now. I just don't have any Nintendo Switch thing. As for the second question, that's easy, and almost no one's gonna agree with this, but I'll explain it. Minecraft. Now, I have never played the Minecraft that kids these days have played. When I played Minecraft, when I tried it, it was over or roughly 10 years ago. No, it was more than 10 years ago. And the only version of Minecraft that you could play was a free browser Minecraft. It was essentially just a square grid that was the same distance in any direction, up and down. It wasn't very long. You could run from one end of the map to the other in about 10 seconds. It started out with a house and a little maybe dirt road and some trees, and all you could do was dig down a little bit, build up a little bit, and that was it. That was the whole game. That was Minecraft. And so I tried Minecraft, which at the time was being touted as this new game that was gonna destroy Roblox, which I was playing all the time, and you know, Roblox was much newer back then, and I fucking hated it. I couldn't stand it. I was like, why does anybody find this fun? You can't fucking do anything here. Build up, down, left, right, only go 10 seconds to the edge of the map in any direction? This is terrible. Why would anyone think this is a good game? This is the worst game I ever played. What the fuck is this bullshit? I know it's not like that anymore. I've never played it since then, so I don't know what it's like now, or if I could stand it now. But I know when I played it, I could not stand it. Took me less than 10 minutes to figure that out, because it took me 1 minute to explore the whole fucking map and realize how limited, bare bones, and empty this game was. And next, I have 2 questions from Fausto King. The first one is, which languages do you speak? I only speak English, American English to be specific. I actually went to college for English, so I dare say I'm better at speaking English and knowing it than most English speakers, especially native ones, who put no effort into learning their own language whatsoever. When I stream over on Twitch, I constantly teach fun facts and tell stories about English in general, but I don't know any other languages. When I was a teenager, I wanted to learn German, And so I went to high school and they were like, all right, you got time to pick out a language. You need 1 year learning a language as an elective if you want to graduate high school. It's like, all right, I want German. And they say, oh, we don't have that. We have Spanish and Italian. It's like, well, I guess I'm not learning a language. So they stuck me in Spanish. And I told them, I'm not learning Spanish. And they said, come on, just try. We're just gonna put you in Spanish. And I went to Spanish class. I never paid attention. The teacher hated my fucking guts. My final, like I already got a 30 in the class, like 30 out of 100. That's just a big F. But on the final, it was a bunch of questions and then you had to write an essay in Spanish. And you had to use like 100 or 200, I think. Yeah, 200 different Spanish words in the essay. And so I just started counting like uno, dos, and I went as far as I could and said some other things that I learned from Dora. And I got like 30 words in and I ran out of words. And then I just started writing in English. Like, I am just gonna start writing in English now so that you think that I'm actually doing the exam correctly. And just in case you look at it before you let me leave the room, this way you will think that there is actually a full essay here and I can escape. After this, I think I'm gonna go get some pizza. I haven't had a Mountain Dew yet today, so I definitely need one of those. By the way, I really hated this class, and I hope I never have to take it again. You know, that was my fucking essay. And lo and behold, she took it from me when I handed it to her, and she just kind of put it upside down. Like, she didn't look at it at all. I was like, yes. I left, and she passed me with like a C, I think. I think she gave me a C, which means that you got like a 70 or 75 or above, when I know I should have gotten way lower than that. It was really awkward seeing her in the hallways after that day. I also tried to learn Italian like a year or two ago, but then I ran into the problem of I live in America and I don't know anyone really that speaks other languages. Nobody I hang out with speaks other languages, so there was nowhere to actually use the Italian I was learning. So eventually I just stopped learning it because there was no reason to learn it. And the next question from Fausto King is, do you want to visit Europe? You can take Europe and substitute anywhere else and the answer would still be no. I don't personally understand the appeal of visiting a place or going to see a place. I don't leave my house much. I have moved around New York a lot and moved out of New York. I've been up and down the East Coast for visits. I've been to Alabama, and I can say without a doubt, I did not gain anything personally from the place that I have visited. I don't see any purpose at all to visiting a place. It seems like a waste of money to me. Now, what I do like to visit are individuals, others. I'd love to visit a friend, and if it's a friend in Europe, then I'd love to visit that friend in Europe. For example, I know still to this day Fuyumi from VR Chat, and she lives in Italy. I'd love to visit her. It doesn't mean I'd love to visit Europe. I don't really care about Europe. I don't really care about anything outside this house other than the grocery store and the pizzeria. There's very few places that I'd say I wouldn't visit in order to see a person, and that would just be places that aren't known to be the safest, like most of Africa, South America, China. But Europe is generally considered pretty safe and well developed. So yeah, I'd love to go to Europe and visit someone. Just to visit Europe, not really, I don't really care about that. But Modix Void Hunter asks, what were your best moments from VRC that you truly miss? Reading this question now, I'm realizing when I first read it, I might have misinterpreted it, and I'm not quite sure how to interpret it now, but I'm gonna take a guess that he's asking what experiences VR Chat gave to me that I miss, rather than like clips or videos or highlights that I might miss the moment of. And if that is the case, then I would say the moments of VR Chat that I miss the most are those moments, those times where it was just so easy to put on that VR headset, to go into a world, be surrounded by a bunch of strangers. This is when the game was much smaller, had like 200 concurrent players, and just meet a bunch of new friends, make a bunch of new friends, and have a bunch of hilarious and amazing memories, as most of my VR Chat videos are, is just me meeting new individuals, making new friends, and all the spontaneous things that happened. that's what I miss the most. It was such a great social experience. And those social experience, when you go in, you just make all these new friends and have the best of memories. Those are what I miss the most about VR chat. I don't really know if I could narrow down from there, but the lifestyle that came from having a constant social experience like that was a very fun lifestyle, especially as I was also making content on it. So I would say that would be what I miss the most. Yeah. There's 2 more questions I have to answer, and they're both about animals. The first one is, do you have any pets living with you? Yes, I do. Downstairs, we have 2 cats. One is big, fat, and orange. Its name is TJ. All he knows how to do is eat and pee on things. The second one is a black female cat. Her name is Binks. She's named after some male black cat from a movie. All she knows how to do is scratch up furniture and take shits where she's not supposed to. Then we have a husky named Sachi. It's named after Sachi from Sword Art Online. She's the worst pet out of all of them. She runs wild, she digs holes, she escapes the backyard, goes on an adventure, tries to escape, gets brought back by neighbors. She constantly scratches at you and your clothes. She's injured me more than all of the other pets I've ever experienced in my life combined. I remember a little over a year ago, I had a surgery and I came back and I could barely walk. And Sachi fucking scratched my surgery wound. I fucking hate that dog. And then there's another dog named Yuki. He's big, white, I don't know what kind of breed, but he's named after Yuki from Sword Art Online. He's a service dog, I think. He is extremely well behaved, for the most part does what he's told. He's a big baby that gets scared of anything and everything, but also barks menacingly every time he hears a noise from the door, or a noise he doesn't recognize, or sees a stranger, as if he would actually do something, but he wouldn't. If I like any of the pets, it's probably Yuki, just because he's the only one that's behaved, even remotely. They're not my pets, by the way. They're Matt9 and Wife9 from VR Chat. I live with them. It's their pets. I don't personally have my own pets, and I don't really want any. And the final question from Zagreus is, are you a cat or a dog person, or heck, both? Honestly, I'm not an anything person. I don't really like animals. If I had to pick one, I'd pick cat person, because for the most part, a misbehaved cat is still less misbehaved than a dog. If that's the logic I'm going with, I mean, like, I think a fish in a tank would probably be better because they can't really misbehave at all. But I'm not really an animal person. Animals are dumb. You can't speak to them. They make a mess everywhere until you train them. They exist to cause chaos and destruction. They exist to destroy your property, your skin, everything. They cost money for their health and for feeding them and cleaning up after them. It's just, there's nothing positive that I can see about owning a pet, like a cat or a dog, unless you are physically dependent on one. For example, like if you are blind and you need like a service dog, or if you have extreme anxiety and having a cat makes you feel better or something. Outside of situations like that, I mean, we have a hard enough time just feeding ourselves, don't we? I don't see why anyone has pets. I would never want a pet. I don't like cats or dogs. Cancel me, please. It will only make me stronger. And I believe that's all the questions that I've collected since the last Q&A. If you guys would like to see another Q&A sometime soon, feel free to leave questions directed towards me or Mitchie, since Mitchie is active posting on the channel again, in the comments under this video. As you can see, I don't need that many questions to make a video out of it, so just leave whatever ones come to mind if you want any answered in this format. And if you like this video and you like the content that we make here, consider supporting us. You can always subscribe for $2 a month over on Patreon or over on our Guilded server, or become a YouTube channel member and gain access to weekly shoutouts among other benefits. Or if you just really want to show your support to one video or one kind of video, you can try out YouTube's new Super Thanks feature, which you can find the button for under the video, and everything else is located in the description. And with that, I will end this video with the current financial supporters' names on the screen. And for the rest of you, thank you very much for watching, and hope I'll see you on the next one.